By the time I was a teenager, I was already praying about my marriage. I didn't know exactly how to pray, so I tried a few things. And let's just say things didn't go so well. First, I decided to go with my feelings. I said to myself, feelings are from God. If I feel good about someone, I might be right. Long story short, I was terribly wrong. Let me explain. With that approach, I got attracted to a girl in the church that I was attending. We were both teenagers, but I believed I could nurture a relationship with her for a couple of years before we get married. Everything started off well, and we had mutual feelings for each other. But that only lasted for a few months before God interrupted me. Here is how God interrupted me. Shortly after I started the relationship with a girl, I remembered a warning from a Christian teacher who had mentored me in school. Just before I completed school, he told me I am gifted and girls will come looking for me. Augustine, girls will pretend to love you just to destroy the gift you have. Don't joke with the devil, he told me. His words echoed in my mind all through the time I was in the relationship with a girl. The guilt I felt increased daily until when it was too much to bear. I used to meet the girl secretly. One day I asked myself, Augustine, if you are doing the right thing, why are you doing it secretly? Well, I thought I asked myself, but it was the Holy Spirit convicting me. Eventually, I gave up on the relationship. A few months later, I received the gift of speaking in tongues. I was told that I could get any desire I wanted if I prayed in tongues. That was the perfect excitement pill for a young man who deeply desired marriage. Quickly, I began contemplating how I could pray in tongues to get a life partner. My next approach was to identify a girl I was interested in and then pray in tongues to see if God would allow me to start a relationship with her. Quickly, I identified another girl, though not in the same church. I had moved churches. This time round, I didn't approach the girl. I just prayed in tongues and asked for confirmation from God. Few weeks passed, then a couple of months, but there was no response from God. Eventually, I decided to take matters in my own hands. I didn't understand why God wouldn't give me a straightforward answer. I had asked God to tell me whether it was okay or not okay for me to start a relationship with that girl. When I told the girl my intentions, she gave me a vague answer. With no clear-cut answer, I decided to try another method. My third approach was to find a willing girl, start a relationship with her, and then ask God to bless our relationship. That way, even if God chose to remain silent, I would already be in a relationship. But when I was just about to rely on my own plan again, lo and behold, God spoke to me a lot more clearly than ever before. Here is how it happened. I developed interest in a girl in the small fellowship that we had in school. I started out as a casual friend and I intended to escalate things with time. In the meantime, I was praying in tongues daily, asking God to say something if he had anything to say. I was hoping God wouldn't say anything like the previous time so that I continue with the relationship. However, when I was just about to make my intentions clear to the girl, God spoke to me in a dream. It wasn't a normal dream. It was like the dream Pharaoh had that made him wake up startled. Unlike Pharaoh's dream though, my dream was simple and straightforward. God didn't want to bother me with seeking for interpretation for the dream. He just wanted to deliver the message in its purest form, and wow, did he deliver. In the dream, I had come from a date with a girl. Yeah, that's normal. Then she went home on a holiday. Okay. During the holiday, she met a guy. The guy got her pregnant. Wait. That was so fast. Yes, that is how God delivered the message. I had that dream on the last day I met that girl, just before she went home for the Christmas holiday. The timing couldn't have been any better. Wow. Throughout that holiday, I was praying and hoping that dream doesn't come true. Sadly for me, that dream was fulfilled exactly as I had dreamt it. Then the unimaginable happened. The girl came back from the holiday expectant. Never in my wildest dreams would I have ever imagined such a thing happening. I feared God that day. I was humbled in a way I could never have thought. On one hand, I was grateful that God revealed the truth to me, but on the other hand, I was terribly heartbroken. Either way, that marked the end of trying clever tactics to get married. In humility, I asked God, what then should I do if I want to get into marriage? His response was unexciting, but because I had been properly humbled, I accepted it. God simply said, be a good husband. That is when I shifted my focus from praying to know my life partner to praying that God would make me a good husband. A few more years and a couple of tough tests later, I felt I had become a good husband. I approached God in prayer, asking Him to let me get into marriage, and He approved my request. A few months later, I was married to a very beautiful girl that would almost make me blush. So, how did praying in tongues help me get married? Praying in tongues played a crucial role in helping me get married in the following ways. 1. It prompted God to stop me when I was heading into relationships that were bad for me. 2. It sharpened my spiritual senses to discern the right partner when the Lord revealed her. 3. It allowed God to refine me to become a good husband. If this story inspired you, I have shared more real experiences and lessons about praying in tongues on this channel. Be sure to check them out. I believe they will really encourage you. God bless you.